Thursday we had an excellent market advance, largely on the strength of news that China said that it was going to hold on to its euro-denominated bonds and would support the market in Europe. And since that's fear of that has been one of the main things driving the market down, we did get a great bounce today. The only possible problem is that if we look at the volume down here, you can see that although the day did well, there wasn't a lot of conviction reflected in the volume. So we still believe that the market could go either way. I'm slightly optimistic myself, but not so optimistic that I would be willing to put a great deal of money to work. So I think that's just the way it is right now. The market is down, as you can see. It's well below its 200-day moving average. This is the S&P 500, and when that happens, the best place to be is in cash. So just a few other things. This is the Halter USX China Index, and as you can see, it has dropped well below both its 25 and 50-day moving averages. This has been a great up day for the Halter, and we don't get volume for it, but as you can see, it has generally found support at around 5,000 and bounced nicely today, but it will take a long, well, not necessarily a long time, but we'll have to get both the index above this 25-day moving average and that average moving up before we'll be willing to do some heavy buying again. So have just a few stocks I want to take a look at, and not necessarily ones that I'm that fond of, but this is China Mediaexpress. It's one of a number of companies that have sprung up in China in recent years, building out the infrastructure of advertising in China. This company offers video programs on basically buses and coaches. You get people on a bus or a coach for a long time, and you can show them pretty much whatever you want to. The interesting thing is that the stock has not really reacted negatively to the market, and it has some very nice high volume up days, and we find that to be a good tip-off. On the other hand, we haven't had the breakout that we would like to see in any stock that we want to support heavily. This is an Indian stock, Dr. Reddy's Labs, and again, it has not declined much, hasn't shown much weakness, but, and this right here shows that the RP line is slightly outperforming the market and has now moved out to a new high, but we're not seeing a lot of conviction here. We think that if the most bullish thing a stock can do is go up, this one isn't a favorite right now. But it's an Indian company that makes generics and also does some of its own independent research, and like it pretty well. And then, even though it isn't a China and emerging market stock, I think this is a beautiful looking chart for Alaska Air Group, the company that runs Alaska Airlines. The interesting thing here is that the company runs both north-south lines, including from Alaska down to Hawaii and California and Mexico, which gets a good deal of vacation traffic, and east-west lines within the U.S., which gives it a lot of appeal in all seasons. And this is just a beautiful chart. And it has moved out to a new high for a multi-year period. So that's it for this week. Keep your fingers crossed. Again, I think if I had to bet, I would bet the market would be going up, but I wouldn't be investing in that yet. So we'll be back with you next week. Thanks.